How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet, which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning Ifrit with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja. Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late. Oh gods, they mean to summon Leviathan?
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
Me too.
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless ones. And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
Elidibus.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not?
I did.
Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this. But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa. I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the echo.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. on the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Aye. A primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
A primal?
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
And with that, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV and, of course, the main story quest. So, yeah, as we heard, Leviathan is coming. Surely we will stop him before he is summoned, right? Right? Oh, who am I kidding? Anyway, plainly, should the worst come to pass and Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse will be to face him in battle. Given past experience, you may very well think eventuality inevitable. Yet, so long as there is even a chance that the primal's return might be prevented, we must needs spend all our effort toward achieving that goal. Before we do aught else, let us hasten to Limsa and meet with the Admiral. She will have been idle in the intervening time and will doubtless have valuable information to share. Okay, then, off to Limsa. Welcome, friends. I take it you stole as a prize due of the situation. Let us waste no time then. According to our best intelligence, the Sahagin had not crystals enough to summon their god. Alas, we did not count on the Serpent Reavers venturing that far as Fanaland to supplement their cage. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with a grim prospect of Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I'm not inclined to let the fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom makes ready to launch a large-scale operation to thwart the summoning, and we would welcome the Science support in this endeavor. But if, God forbid, our efforts should come to naught, I will need to trouble you for more than mere support, much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. Lady Minfilia, I'm given to understand that you mean to accompany our soldiers to the front lines. I can only assume that you have sound reason for doing so. I do, Admiral, but I would rather not be drawn on their nature. I will only say that there's something I would see with my own eyes. Is that so? Well, I'm not so stubborn as to deny the wish of one whose aid I require, but precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that settled, let us speak of the operation. Serenia, Maelstrom scouts are currently reconnoitering Sahagin movements within the sub-Saar spawning grounds. Upon completing their mission, they will return to the operation staging point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith, but you might be apprised of the latest intelligence. Commander Falk Breeder has charge of the garrison. Okay, Camp Skull Valley is in western Lanacea. Okay, here we are in airport right now. It's, as you can see, northwest of here. Right ahead. This is Camp Skull Valley. And on top is Falk Breeder. I've been expecting your signs of a seventh dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. The safety of our citizens is paramount. With your aid, we will prevent Leviathan's return. Let's hope so. Massive upgrade. Anyway, as you may already know, Maelstrom scouts have been dispatched to reconnoiter the spawning grounds. Among other things, they have orders to determine where Leviathan might emerge, assuming it comes to that. But our scouts might move unhindered and return unscathed. Diversionary maneuvers are presently underway. In charge of these maneuvers is Ujugal. If you are otherwise unoccupied, mayhap you would be willing to offer her your aid. Where? Where she is. Of late, this area has played host to many a bloody skirmish between Leviathan and Sahagin forces. A soldier of a Maelstrom must kindly furnish me with information on the enemy. Armed with this knowledge, I promise that my presence will count for something. You're here to help with the diversions? Aren't you supposed to be that irreplaceable adventurer the success of your operation is hinging upon? I'm inclined to say it's not worth risking your neck for something so trifling such as this, but if a hero insists, who am I to argue? Here, take these explosives. Use them to blow the Sahagin palaces sky high and create a commotion in Hearthstone, the likes of which the Fishbacks have never seen. That ought to keep them good and occupied. Oh, and in the event that Sahagin come after you, there's no need to be shy. Stay around, get yourself acquainted, whatever it takes to buy more time for our scouts. That is here through the north side gate. Targeting. Bombs away!
Intruder, kill her.
No Sahagin. Okay, but I believe I cut the rest out and they see each other back in Camp Skull Valley. It sounds like the diversion was a success. I heard the fireworks all the way over here. Thanks, friend. We've done all we can for our scouts. All that's left is to pray they return safely. They don't return safely by that quest name. Our scouts are long overdue. I fear that ill may have befallen them. For better or worse, we must ascertain their fate. If it's not too much to ask, I would have you aid us in the search. 5 scouts ventured into Subsa, all told. Here, take this flask of restorative to tend to those who may have been wounded. Though it pains me to even consider the notion, if they have perished, circumstances permitting, I ask that you recover their bodies. By no means venture too deep into enemy territory, however. We can ill afford to lose you at this juncture. Okay. Let's go through South Tide Gate this time. Here somewhere? Well, over there. A storm private. Oh, somebody. Of all the times I forgot the restorative. Hey, I brought you one. Thank you. I owe you my life. We were ambushed by the Serpent Reavers. Lightly armed as we are, we didn't stand a chance. I was able to flee this far, but the others were captured. We were taken to the Serpent's Tongue, I'm certain of it. I can make my own way back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them, I beg you. And here to the left is the Serpent's Tongue area, where the Serpent Reavers linger. Here maybe? Oh, back there. Of course I pulled something. It's been too easy, I'd say we're too late. Okay, and once more, back to Camp Skulldale. Okay, bad news. You've returned, thank the Navigator. When I learned that you went to the Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared you would meet an untimely demise. But tell me, what became of the others? Yeah, sorry, dead. Dear gods, these wounds were not intended to kill, but to torture and maim. Does their savagery know no bounds? Enemies or no, they go too far. I dread to think what may have become of the two who remain unaccounted for. I pray that they haven't suffered the same evil fate. At the very least, one of my men came back alive, and for that I owe you my thanks. The price we paid was dear, but we have the intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalizes the details of the operation. The war horns will sound any moment now. Be ready to sally forth when they do. Let's make it count then. Christ, damn fishback bastards! I kill them slowly and then chase their rotten souls through all 7 hells! Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand. Savvy? My apologies, Admiral. We may count on me to keep a clear head? Good. According to our sole surviving scout, the Sahagin and the thralls have already begun to amass at the Aetheryte in the depths of Sabza. If we are to act, it must be now. The men are ready. We but await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened security in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is likely to be met with fierce resistance. But we're not so artless as that, Commander. We should divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sabza Aetheryte and eliminate the Sahagin priest presiding over the summoning. We are not here to kill them all. The Maelstrom shall engage and distract the Sahagin legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue. Commander, you have charge over this effort. Be mindful that the lay of the land they are established for attacking forces. Let the foreign levies spearhead the assault and have subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. At the self-same moment, a diversionary squadron formed of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. In likewise, we Science shall form smaller units in hopes of confusing the Sahagin defense effort. Serenia and Y'shtola, the two of you are to make your way to the site of a summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversion should serve to thin the enemy defenses, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwarranted attention. Thancred and Yugiri, your mission is to lure as many Sahagin as possible out of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take your heel and circle around to join the infiltration unit of Y'shtola and Serenia. When all has been set in motion, I myself shall cut a path to the Aetheryte, accompanied by Lady Minfilia, as was agreed. Well, don't let me keep you, friends. To battle! When last we did fight side by side at Serenia. Too long ago, I warned. But come, let us away. We ever fought side by side, Y'shtola? When exactly? Well, I guess technically in Custom Century when we rescued Minfilia, right? But even there it was in a cutscene, not in an actual battle sequence. To get to the Westback's Aetheryte, you need to fight your way through 3 checkpoints and all. No small task that, but at least you won't have many drowned pirate curse to worry about. Me and the lads will keep them nice and busy for you. Pray do not concern yourself. It was but a glancing blow. Come, the Aetheryte is close at hand. Let us press on. Okay. A lot?
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Thanks, Banquet.
Did I miss much?
Wow.
So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency. To the Aetherite!
You'll forgive me my lateness.
Sure, Admiral. Just time.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
You're working hard at it, huh?
Long have you shriveled swordwalkers tormented our kind. But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
Don't we want to stop him?
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What?
Such power! It is transcendent!
Thank you, Admiral.
hells.
Strike me down if you will. It is futile. I have mastered the gift. I am eternal. Oh, mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth!
Die, damn you!
Right, just gun them all down.
Foolish shorewalker! You cannot kill that which is eternal!
Heavens forfend.
Damn it all!
My being ebbs away. It should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
Where did he go?
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon! Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates. Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Uh-oh. That's his signature attack. Understand, I speak of no mere wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than aught seen in nature. Enough to raise entire coastal settlements if his last attempt is any guide. We cannot suffer history to be repeated. Yet how in the seven hells are we to prevent it? Though our plight cries out for action, we must take thought. So long as Leviathan remains in the open sea, he's effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none, of that you may be sure, but Limlane herself would struggle to best the Lord of all in his element. In a straight fight he would make meat and matchwood of us. We need another plan, that much is plain. Let us return to Limsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the command room. And that is where we will meet next time. Until then, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.